If your plane crashes and you wake up on a cannibal-infested island with your son missing,
what would you do?
The problem? Eric LeBlanc, the so-called famed survival show host, is a completely fraud. He never crafted a thing in his life and doesn't even know how to start a fire. So today we're gonna find out if you can beat the forest without crafting a single thing. As a world's worst survival expert, the rules are simple. I can't craft anything, I can't build anything, but I can craft a shameless request for you to subscribe.
Hello guys and welcome to my Let's Play The Forest. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and leave a like.
Oh yeah, and I'm sick right now. That's why I'm sounding like this. Timmy was gone.
My boy!
And I finally woke up. Like every sane person will do, I immediately sliced up the stewardess and took the perfect outfit for survival. Then I looted every single piece of junk I could find on the plane and start walking. Where to? I have no idea. On my journey through the wood, I found the rock. After running aimlessly for hours, I stumbled upon a giant hole. A poor deer was stuck inside a rock, and I absolutely did not try to kill it. No, I freed it. You win this one, dear. I enjoyed the scenery of this beautiful island. At first I thought I finally found another human, but nope, definitely not friendly.
Oh mein Gott, er tötet mich. Oh, Scheiße.
After barely surviving, I moved on, collecting more supplies. The longer I wandered around this island, the less I remembered about Timmy. Oh hey, a lizard! This wasn't just any lizard, this was
Larry.
Larry and I had a great time. We went to the beach, we strolled along the coast until nightfall. Let me tell you something about myself. I hate horror games, I get scared easily, and I get even more scared when it's unexpected. So if you don't like hearing me screech while being chased by cannibals, well, too bad.
Bitch! No! Larry, hilf mir! Ich kann nicht kommen. Sie sieht abgefuckt aus!
Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Then the next attack came.
Bitch!
My boy!
Woohoo! Scheiße! Falsch getroffen. Fuck. Oh, sie sieht so abgefuckt aus! Oh, Scheiße!
After barely taking down the last cannibal and almost dying twice, I realized Larry was gone.
Scheiße, wo ist Larry?
With my lizard body gone and my heart broken, I kept going. I ate everything without thinking and even forgot what I was supposed to be doing. When night came,
Oh mein Gott!
I decided to head underground because I didn't want to scream again like someone was being murdered. That's when I found a map and a compass.
Oh, ui.
I had to be very careful. Hard survival mode doesn't just make you hungrier, it also spawns you with glass bones.
I was born with glass bones and paper skin. Oh, no! Ow.
The deeper I went, the more naked men I ran into. I've played the forest plenty of times before, but this was single player. And yeah, this was a whole different vibe. Actually kinda terrifying to explore caves without a friend. Unaliving cannibals by just primitively hitting them was satisfying, but the moment more than two showed up, yeah, that's a problem. Luckily, the solution was already in my inventory. At the end of the cave, I found a stash of useless crap and a modern axe. Back to the surface. Ah, daytime. And straight back into another cave.
Oh!
I stumbled upon a pre-built campfire. How convenient. I cooked myself some delicious food,
Finally, some good fucking food.
which did absolutely nothing because I was already full. Further in, I found a chainsaw. This was definitely going to be handy. Not for cutting trees, but for brutally murdering my enemies. And wouldn't you know it, seconds later, I met some new friends. Like the coward I am, I climbed onto a rock ledge, thinking they couldn't reach me.
Oh, der kommt rein! Oh!
After unaliving the first one with my chainsaw, I heard a weird flashy noise. I turned more cannibals into barbecue using the greatest invention of the 19th century. Which, as it turns out, is a fantastic mass murdering tool. Just a few meters later, I found something truly useful. The ice pick. Eric LeBlanc, was still a fraud, but also apparently a rock climbing athlete on steroids. With that tool in my hand, I finally made it out of the cave. Only to find out it was night. And I hate the night. So I just clung to the rope for hours until the first sunlight appeared. Okay, so let's recap. I found a chainsaw and an ice pick, set enemies on fire out of pure hatred, and looted even more useless junk. Oh, and I almost got deleted in 2 hits. I didn't like that. There's only one thing that might let me survive 2 seconds longer. Armor. There are 6 types of armor in the game, but since I can't craft anything, 4 of them are already out. That leaves creepy armor. And to get that, you have to kill those things. And I'm not sure if I'm mentally stable enough to do that. So there was possibly only one option left. Killing lizards. Turns out this was also insanely difficult. Because the second you get too close, those little shits transform into a Formula 1 car. But after searching lizards like a desperate Pokemon trainer, I started hearing heavy storms and found a way better solution.
Evil Larry.
I had completely forgotten there were crocodiles in this game, and each one gives you 4 lizard skins. Obviously, I almost died to the crocodile, but in the end, I was the winner. I also learned that you can catch fish with just small rocks. I drank dirty water, got scared. My book taught me I was in terrible shape, ate poisonous berries, and decided, yeah, let's find more crocodiles. Instead, I stumbled on some creepy houses, found a spear, ate even more poisonous things, and finally another giant lizard. I skinned it, wore it like a fashion icon, and headed for my next cave. On the way I ran into unfriendly cannibals, who instantly vaporized my freshly farmed lizard armor. After I politely removed them from existence, it started getting dark. Perfect time to enter the cave. Inside I asked some fine gentlemen for directions, but they were too busy fighting over a bag of crack. This wasn't a cave, it was a drug den. And the rest of my armor, gone.
Your little pussy belongs to me.
I tried to discipline them by hitting one with the cannibal's foot. That went about as well as expected. But I wasn't letting that slide. I sprinted back in, long pokey stick in hand, and stabbed the last addict to death. Finally, the rebreather. I escaped the stinky hideout, smelling like regret and fentanyl, and decided to do what any true survivalist would do. I went to bed. The next morning? Yeah, let's go into another hole in the ground. What could possibly go wrong? After burning down yet another batch of cannibals, I stumbled into something different.
Oh mein Gott, was bist du denn?
Totally panicking, and with pants now legally classified as toxic waste, I had to think fast. My portable flamethrower ran dry in seconds,
Das Ding ist alle!
so the chainsaw became my only option.
Das! Oh!
Not long after, I entered an even bigger cave, packed with cannibals. Unfortunately for them, they were no match for me. After turning them into sleep mode, I found a tent and a cozy fireplace. But there was no time to rest. I had to dive. Luckily, I already snagged the rebreather, as if it had all been planned. I emerged on the other side to find some locals who didn't exactly roll out the welcome mat, or know how to swim. They dropped into the abyss like a bowling ball. Back on land, I realized I was freezing. Things got worse fast. I couldn't craft anything, not even a cloth on a stick torch. And my medicine stash was running out. So I retreated to the tent to warm up. On the way, I stumbled on a crate full of beautiful, glorious dynamite. Actually perfect timing, because just seconds later I met another mutant. I threw every stick I had, missed most of them, and finished the job with a chainsaw. Way easier than the first mutant fight. Past some snoring cannibals and a useless boring keycard, I found the single most valuable item in the game, the camcorder. Finally, I could watch my recorded PewDiePie Happy Wheels videos again.
I don't even know how we're communicating.
With nothing left in this cave, I stepped outside. Fresh air, the smell of the ocean, the deep green leaves, the beautiful meadows. Back into another cave. My progress didn't last long. Another mutant. No dynamite left, no throwable crafting. Time for my big brain plan. Just ran past it.
Eine Scheiße nicht!
It was obvious I needed something to deal with enemies from a safe distance. Dynamite was nice, but I could only carry 5 at a time. So I actually had 2 options. Grab the modern bow, which meant passing the mutant I just died to, or get the crossbow in an underwater cave. Only problem, I couldn't build a raft. And the ocean comes with its own little puppies of the sea. Sharks.
I take 2 loads, one in my ass and one in my throat.
I actually thought sharks would spawn here already. I dived into the cave, grabbed the crossbow, and immediately started freezing again. Big problem. No fireplace nearby. As I swam back to the main island, night fell, and my anxiety meter started to climbing. But apparently I was totally chill about when a shark casually took half of my health. I crawled onto the island as a human ice cube, but then I remembered alcohol warms you up temporarily. So I sprinted to the nearest tent, waited until I could finally sleep, and thawed out with the first sunlight. Armed with my brand new murder tool, I headed back to the cave. I finally returned to the spot that had ended my run hours ago. This time I just calmly shot the little bastard from a safe distance. The steroids were still doing their thing, letting me survive a nasty fall while climbing down. But that heroic save didn't matter much. I met my demise again at the cave's bottom.
Fuck this shit! Came in this fucking room and everything.
Except it was all a dream. I woke up at the tent where I had magically saved. With fresh intel on what was waiting inside, I decided to farm some more giant lizards.
I got 2 hoes, one is a dude and one is a...
On the 3rd attempt, you know, 3rd time's the charm, I slipped
Oh shit!
and went into full panic mode while fighting the mutant. Luckily, it was already nearly dead. After that, I domed every kid at the bottom of the cave and clubbed every baby. With full lizard armor, I was actually feeling safe. To continue my lovely and definitely not hellish cave trip, I dived again, started freezing again, but found another tent and a fireplace just in time. Rested up and back to doming kids.
Oh my god, ey.
I was having a great time, effortlessly massacring anything that crossed my path, but of course, that didn't last long. I squeezed through a narrow cave passage and stepped into the next big cavern. 2 mutants were waiting for me already. I scrambled up some rocks on the side, just high enough so those abominations couldn't reach me. Then I spotted a pond with a hole in it and thought, that's the way. I rushed over, but of course, I was being followed. But luckily it jumped into the water. I dove in and swam until I came out on the other side. It was a dead end. Well, at least I found the modern bow. I went back to my last tent to warm up, eventually found the real path, and now I was doming kids with my brand new bow. Swam across another pond, blew a hole in the wall, and dealt with yet another mutant.
Natürlich!
And of course, seconds later, with another one. Deeper into the cave, I stumbled across a strange looking door. Time to play some rocks. Magically, it opened, and suddenly I realized where I was. This was the huge gaping hole from the start of the game. The moment I stepped through the gate, I instantly jumped onto some rocks. My intuition was screaming that something nasty was lurking nearby. And sure enough, there it was.
Oh my god! What is that?
How long, please?
How long, please?
I cleared the hole, put on my enemies as armor, and took care of the last cannibals. Then it was through another underwater tunnel, only for the game to throw even more enemies at me. I was done wasting time on those unworthy idiots, so I just sprinted past. Oh, a tent! Definitely not a suspicious point of no return moment. Moving on, I found a weird painting, and an even weirder door. Obviously, I opened it, because if horror movies taught me anything, curiosity kills, but also progresses a plot. Instantly, my anxiety spiked, so I grabbed my emotional support rock. I crept through sterile, unsettling hallways, the decoys shifting into religious crosses, and a cozy hiding spot stocked with mats, human bones, and a cafeteria. I blew my life savings on overpriced snacks until both of my wallet and my self-esteem were equally empty. After crawling through more vents, I dropped straight into a hospital? Me and my trusty rock tiptoed forward, only to be greeted by the ugliest toddlers I ever seen, who immediately got speedrun straight to hell.
You gonna make me act up. You gonna make me do something I'm gonna regret.
I kept finding items labeled Megan Cross.
I don't care.
Then suddenly the place opens up into a full-blown science complex. And in the next room, guess who I found? Timmy! That lazy bastard was sleeping the whole time in some comfy contraption. Lazy fuck. And to wake him up,
A newborn sacrifice to please the mighty demons below.
oh look, there's one. After staring at her for like 5 minutes, she suddenly starts shrieking, and this thing burst out of her.
Bro. Alright, chat, we're done for the night.
I let it rain arrows on that monstrosity and wanted to finish it off like I started. With The Rock. Never mind, changed my mind, back to the bow. And as my last arrow hit, it was dead. I unalived every witness in that room and took her back to Timmy.
What the fuck?
Of course, everything was for nothing. She was also sleeping and already dead. But hey, at least she gave me the golden card for unlimited Happy Meals. But my job wasn't done yet. I still needed a sacrifice. I opened this mysterious door, and after walking, climbing, swimming and riding an elevator, I ended up on top of the mountain. Now I had to decide. Activate the huge artifact to save Timmy from his eternal nap, or shut this whole thing down once and for all. My morals wouldn't let me kill innocent lives, so I decided to shut it down. Fuck those innocent lives. Get me off this boring ass island. One year later, I'm still a fraud, but got invited to a TV show. Couldn't say no to that. I enjoyed my fame, and then I suddenly had to chop down a tree. Big problem, I don't know how to chop down a tree. Just as I was about to get exposed, Timmy started tweaking. Good job, Timmy. You did it like we trained it. And with that, Timmy and I survived our lovely father-son vacation. I hope you enjoyed this video, because I had a blast. It was a pleasure to revisit this game, and I hope it was for you as well. Have a good one, and see you next time.